Have you ever listened to something that didn't just sound inspiring, but felt like it was reaching into your mind and rearranging it? That is what happens when you hear Alan Watts speak about destiny. It does not feel like a lecture. It feels like a mirror being held up to your life. When Alan Watts talks about destiny, he does not describe it as a rigid script written somewhere in the sky. He challenges the idea that you are a separate being struggling against the universe. Instead, he suggests something far more powerful. You are not in the universe, you are an expression of it. That shift alone can send chills down your spine. He explains destiny not as something you chase, but as something you are already participating in, like a wave in the ocean. You are not separate from the water. You are the water, moving in a particular way. When you truly understand this, anxiety about figuring life out begins to dissolve. Most people live with pressure. Pressure to become something. Pressure to prove something. Pressure to catch up. Alan Watts gently dismantles this pressure. He reminds you that existence itself is not a mistake. You are not here by accident trying to earn your right to be alive. One of the most goosebump-inducing ideas he presents is this: the universe is not a thing. It is an event. It is happening. And you are part of that happening. When you see life as a dance instead of a test, everything changes. He often compares life to music. When you listen to a song, the point is not to get to the end as fast as possible. The point is to experience it in the same way. Destiny is not about rushing towards some final achievement. It is about participating fully in the present movement of your life. This perspective removes fear of failure. If life is a dance, then missteps are part of it. They are not proof that you are off track. They are part of the rhythm. That idea alone can free someone from years of self-doubt. Alan Watts also challenges the idea of control. We are raised to believe that we must dominate our path, force outcomes, and bend reality to our will. But he suggests that wisdom lies in alignment, not force. When you stop fighting the current and begin flowing with it, you move with more power, not less. He speaks about the illusion of the separate ego, the constant voice saying, "me versus the world." When that illusion softens, destiny no longer feels like something outside of you. It feels like something unfolding through you. There is something deeply calming about realizing that you do not have to carry the weight of the universe on your shoulders. You are not the sole author of reality. You are a participant in a much larger intelligence. This does not mean you become passive. It means you act without panic. You move without desperation. You pursue goals without believing your worth depends on them. Alan Watts often points out that trying too hard to secure the future destroys the present. And when you destroy the present, you lose the only place life actually exists. Destiny is not found tomorrow. It is experienced now. Think about how much stress comes from imagining a future version of yourself that must succeed at all costs. Watts invites you to question that image. Who created it? Why are you serving it? What if your life is already meaningful before that version arrives? When he speaks, there is a poetic clarity. He does not shout motivation. He whispers perspective. And somehow, that whisper shakes you more than any loud speech ever could. His message encourages trust. Not blind optimism, but deep trust in the unfolding of life. The same intelligence that grows trees and forms galaxies is present in you. You are not disconnected from the process. Understanding this can dissolve comparison. Your path does not need to look like anyone else's. Your timing does not need to match theirs. A wave does not compete with another wave. It rises and falls in its own rhythm. There is also humility in his teaching. You are important, but not in the ego-driven way society defines importance. You are important because you are a unique expression of existence itself. When you absorb this idea, Fear of destiny turns into curiosity about destiny. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" you begin asking, "What is life expressing through me right now?" This mindset transforms ambition. You still strive. You still create, but you do so from inspiration, not insecurity. And that is why this lecture gives people goosebumps. It reframes your entire relationship with existence. It turns life from a battlefield into a symphony. If this perspective resonates with you, this channel is for you. Here, we explore powerful ideas from thinkers like Alan Watts and translate them into practical understanding for modern life. If you want more content that expands your mind, challenges your assumptions, and helps you see life differently, subscribe to this channel. Join a growing community seeking depth instead of noise. Subscribe now and be part of something meaningful. Let us continue exploring ideas that awaken you, strengthen you, and remind you that your destiny may not be something to chase, but something to realize. When Alan Watts speaks about destiny, he does something rare. He removes fear from the equation. He does not describe destiny as a tightrope you must carefully walk or risk falling into failure. He describes it as something organic, something alive, something unfolding naturally. That alone is liberating. It means you are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing your moment. You are in it. One of the most inspiring ideas he shares is that you did not come into this world. You came out of it. Just like a tree grows from the earth, you grew from the universe. That changes your identity completely. You are not an outsider trying to survive existence. You are an expression of existence itself. When you truly absorb that, insecurity starts losing its grip. He also speaks about trust in a powerful way. Not passive waiting, but deep trust in the intelligence of life. The same force that beats your heart without your permission and grows your hair without your effort is operating in your journey. You are not as alone in your path as you think. Another inspiring truth is this: the fear of making the wrong decision often paralyzes people. Watts reminds us that life is not a maze with only one correct exit. It is more like improvisational jazz. Every note you play shapes the next. Even mistakes become part of the melody. There is no single, wrong life. There is only the life you are living and shaping in real time. He challenges the obsession with future success. Society tells you that your value lives in what you will become. Watts pulls you back to the present and says your value is here now. You are not a project under construction trying to earn worth. You are already worthy because you exist. That idea alone can heal years of pressure. Imagine moving forward in life not to prove yourself, but to express yourself. That shift transforms work, relationships, and ambition. You stop chasing validation and start pursuing authenticity. He also reminds us that uncertainty is not the enemy. In fact, uncertainty is what makes life vibrant. If you knew every detail of your destiny, there would be no excitement, no discovery, no growth. The unknown is not something to fear. It is something to explore. Watts often emphasizes that clinging creates suffering. The tighter you hold on to outcomes, the more anxious you become. But when you loosen your grip, you move more freely. You still care, you still try, but you are not internally collapsing over every twist and turn. There is something deeply empowering about realizing that you are both the dancer and the dance. You are shaping your path, but you are also being shaped by it. That partnership with life creates balance. You are neither powerless nor all-powerful. You are participating. Another inspiring point is the idea of play. Watts believed life should not be treated like a constant emergency. When you approach your goals with playfulness instead of fear, your creativity expands. You perform better when you are relaxed than when you are desperate. He also dismantles comparison in a beautiful way. If you are a unique expression of the universe, then comparison makes no sense. A rose does not compete with the moon. They exist differently. Your destiny does not need to look like someone else's highlight reel. Perhaps the most powerful inspiration is this: you are not required to force meaning into your life. Meaning is discovered through presence. When you fully experience where you are, meaning reveals itself naturally. Listening to these ideas does more than motivate. It awakens. It softens the noise in your head. It reminds you that life is not a punishment or a race. It is a profound unfolding. If ideas like this expand your thinking and challenge the way you see yourself, subscribe to this channel. Here, we dive deeper into timeless wisdom that reshapes your perspective and strengthens your mindset. Join this growing community of thinkers, creators, and seekers. Subscribe now and continue exploring insights that give you clarity, courage, and maybe even a few goosebumps along the way. When Alan Watts talks about destiny, he also challenges the fear of wasting your life. So many people lie awake at night worried that they are not doing enough, not moving fast enough, not becoming enough. Watts gently flips that anxiety upside down. He suggests that life is not a journey with a scoreboard at the end. It is an experience unfolding moment by moment. You cannot waste it by living it, you only waste it by refusing to be present for it. He inspires you to rethink ambition. Ambition driven by fear feels heavy. Ambition driven by curiosity feels alive. When you see destiny as participation rather than pressure, your drive becomes lighter but stronger. You move forward not because you are running from inadequacy, but because you are drawn by possibility. Another powerful idea is the acceptance of opposites. Watts explains that light and dark define each other. Success and failure define each other. You cannot have one without the other. That means your low seasons are not interruptions of destiny. They are part of its structure. When you understand this, you stop labeling parts of your journey as wrong. He also speaks about the illusion of absolute control. We often believe that if we just think hard enough, plan hard enough, and push hard enough, we can guarantee outcomes. But life is not mechanical. It is organic. And organic systems require flexibility. When you learn to bend instead of break, you move with more intelligence. There is something deeply empowering about surrender, not as weakness, but as wisdom. Watts shows that surrender does not mean quitting. It means aligning. It means recognizing when to act and when to allow. Like a surfer riding a wave, you do not control the ocean. But you can learn to ride it beautifully. He inspires courage in uncertainty. Most people hesitate because they want guarantees. Watts reminds you that guarantees remove aliveness. The unknown is not a threat, it is the canvas where destiny paints. Another inspiring point is authenticity. When you stop trying to live someone else's script, you begin hearing your own rhythm. Destiny is not discovered through imitation. It is revealed through honesty. Who are you when no one is watching? What excites you without applause? Those questions guide you closer to alignment. He also challenges the constant seriousness with which we approach life. There is wisdom in lightness. When you treat every decision like life or death, you tighten up. When you see life as a grand play of energy and form, you relax. And relaxed awareness often leads to clearer choices. Watts speaks about trust in yourself, but not the ego self. He means trusting the deeper intelligence that operates beneath overthinking. Sometimes the more you analyze, the more confused you become. But when you quiet your mind, clarity emerges naturally. There is also a powerful reminder that you are not late. The idea of being behind in life is a social construct. Nature does not rush. The sun does not compete with the moon. Your timing is your timing. Destiny unfolds in seasons, not deadlines. He inspires you to release regret. The past is not a mistake to obsess over. It is part of the unfolding pattern. Every choice shaped the current version of you. Instead of fighting your history, you can integrate it. Perhaps most inspiring is the realization that destiny is not somewhere far away. It is not hidden in a distant achievement or title. It is embedded in the way you breathe, choose, love, and respond. Right now, when you hear these ideas deeply, something shifts. The pressure softens, the fear shrinks, the present moment becomes richer. And that shift is powerful enough to give anyone goosebumps. If this kind of perspective expands your mind and strengthens your spirit, subscribe to this channel. Here, we continue exploring powerful teachings that transform the way you see yourself and your path. Join this growing community. Subscribe and stay connected for more insights that awaken clarity, deepen awareness, and help you move through life with confidence and calm.